Val Kilmer is back in headlines more than a year after his death, not because of a new film release or tribute, but because of a harsh deleted post from someone who worked with him years earlier. Director Adam Marcus, who directed Kilmer in the 2008 action thriller Conspiracy, reportedly criticized the late actor on Threads and called him the worst human being he had ever known. The post has since been deleted, but the timing is what made the story spread. It arrived after Kilmer's death, and it reopened a much older conversation about how the actor was described by some filmmakers during his career. The open question is not just what Marcus said. It is what can actually be verified, what remains unclear, and why Kilmer's legacy is still being discussed in such complicated terms. For verified entertainment updates without the rumors, subscribe to Startline Entertainment. The timeline begins with Conspiracy, a 2008 action thriller directed by Adam Marcus and starring Val Kilmer alongside Jennifer Esposito and Gary Cole. Kilmer played William Spooky McPherson, a wounded military veteran who travels to Arizona to visit an old friend, only to find that the friend and his family have disappeared and that people in town deny they were ever there. The film's own listings describe it as an action thriller centered on a former Marine trying to uncover what happened in a small town. Years later, Marcus revisited that collaboration in a Threads post reported by Entertainment Weekly and People. According to those reports, Marcus posted a set photo and referred to Kilmer indirectly through two of his best-known roles, Iceman from Top Gun and Doc Holliday from Tombstone. He also appeared to anticipate criticism for speaking negatively about someone who had died, saying that if Kilmer had done even a fraction of what he allegedly did on Marcus's set today, the reaction would have been immediate. That is where the confirmed record becomes narrower. The post was reported, but later deleted. The broad criticism is public through media coverage, but the specific full list of alleged on-set incidents from Marcus has not been established in the People and Entertainment Weekly reporting. That distinction matters because a strong quote can travel faster than the details behind it. Kilmer's history with difficult-set claims did not begin with Conspiracy. People and Entertainment Weekly both point back to earlier public comments from filmmakers who worked with him, including Joel Schumacher after Batman Forever and John Frankenheimer after The Island of Dr. Moreau. Those comments became part of Kilmer's public reputation long before the latest Marcus post, and Kilmer himself addressed that reputation during his lifetime. In the 2021 documentary Val, Kilmer looked back on his own behavior in a more reflective way. The documentary, built around decades of footage Kilmer had filmed himself, did not simply erase the difficult stories around him. It gave viewers a more personal version of the man behind them. In that film, Kilmer acknowledged that he had behaved poorly, bravely and bizarrely to some people, while also framing his life as one of loss, discovery, and gratitude. That documentary became especially important after Kilmer's health challenges became part of his public story. His voice had been affected by treatment for throat cancer, and the film used narration from his son Jack Kilmer, reading his father's words. It helped shift some of the public conversation from old Hollywood rumors toward a more complex portrait of an actor who had been ambitious, intense, admired, criticized, and vulnerable at different points in his life. Kilmer died on April 1, 2025 at age 65. His daughter Mercedes Kilmer confirmed to the New York Times, according to People, that the cause was pneumonia. Days later, his family released a statement saying they were proud of him, honored to see his legacy celebrated, and asking to grieve privately. That family statement is important context because the latest criticism is landing against a public memory that also includes grief, tributes, and decades of work that fans still value. The Startline takeaway is this. The Marcus post is a real reported development, but it should not be treated as a complete verdict on Val Kilmer's life or career. The public record shows that Kilmer had long been described by some collaborators as difficult, and Kilmer himself did not deny that his behavior could be strange or poor at times. But the newest post does not provide a full public record of what happened on that set, and because the post was deleted, viewers should be careful not to turn one severe phrase into a full biography. What changed now is the timing. A deleted social media post brought back a years-old Hollywood reputation debate after Kilmer's death, when he is no longer able to respond directly. What remains clear is that Val Kilmer's legacy is still not simple. It includes major roles, loyal fans, criticism from some collaborators, his own self-reflection, and a family asking that his memory be treated with respect. The current status is that Marcus's comments have been reported, the original posts are no longer visible, and the larger conversation around Kilmer's career remains complicated rather than closed.